People today fill their days with endless motion. We scroll through feeds during commutes, queue up podcasts while folding laundry, and binge entire seasons in a single evening. Killing time has become such a casual phrase that we rarely stop to consider what it actually means, deliberately passing the hours when nothing urgent demands our attention. Yet this impulse, this quiet negotiation with empty moments, stretches back to the very dawn of human consciousness. How did ancient humans first learn to endure time and ultimately to fill it? For hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors lived attuned to the rhythms of day and night, season and landscape. Their days revolved around finding food, shelter, and safety. But these tasks did not consume every waking hour. In favorable environments and seasons, there were periods of waiting, at water sources, during rest after a successful hunt, or in the long evenings after the sun had set. These were the spaces where human culture first deepened. Picture a small band of Homo sapiens some 40,000 years ago gathered around a fire in a cave or open campsite. The flames push back the darkness, offering safety and warmth. Here, in the flickering light, something essential happens. They talk. They recount the day's hunt, share stories of ancestors, and weave tales of spirits moving through the stars. Storytelling becomes one of the earliest and most enduring ways to occupy the hours between sunset and sleep. These nightly gatherings strengthened bonds, passed on vital knowledge, and allowed imagination to roam. The fire was both practical and transformative, a stage for the human mind. Archaeological evidence reveals other ways prehistoric people engaged during downtime. They crafted beads and ornaments from shells, bones, and stones, objects that served both decoration and social signaling. They created music with bone flutes and percussion instruments, the earliest known examples dating back more than 40,000 years. Cave paintings and carved figurines suggest deliberate artistic expression, moments when hands and minds turned from immediate survival toward creating beauty and meaning. Children likely played, imitating adult activities or inventing games with sticks and stones. These activities were not luxuries, but expressions of a mind seeking engagement when basic needs allowed. As humans spread across continents and began experimenting with plant cultivation around 12,000 years ago, their relationship with time shifted. Agriculture introduced more predictable cycles of intense labor, followed by periods of relative calm, after planting, during growth seasons, or following harvest. Downtime became more structured by the demands of the land, yet it also expanded opportunities for communal activities. Feasting, singing, and dancing helped mark the turning of seasons and reinforced group identity. The problem of what to do with available hours found answers in shared ritual and celebration. In the early agricultural societies of the Near East, the Nile Valley, and beyond, these patterns grew richer. Communities gathered for festivals tied to harvests or celestial events. Music, dance, and storytelling remained central, now accompanied by larger communal meals that strengthened social ties. Decorative arts flourished as people crafted jewelry, pottery with intricate designs, and symbolic objects. These creative pursuits filled waiting periods and celebrated abundance, turning potential idle time into moments of cultural expression. In ancient Egypt, when the Nile flooded and agricultural work paused, people turned to a variety of pastimes. Board games like Senet became enormously popular across social classes. Players moved pieces across a board of 30 squares, often interpreting the game as a journey through the afterlife, blending entertainment with spiritual belief. Families and friends played in homes and courtyards. Music and dance featured prominently at festivals and in everyday social settings, with harps, flutes, and percussion accompanying singers. Storytelling and mythological recitations entertained and educated. Even during work seasons, evenings offered time for conversation, games, and quiet craft work such as carving amulets or weaving decorative items. The story continued in other great civilizations. In Mesopotamia, communal gatherings and religious festivals provided structured leisure. In the Indus Valley and early Chinese societies, similar patterns of music, dance, and artistic creation filled available hours. These activities were not peripheral. They helped bind communities together and gave people ways to engage their minds and bodies when immediate labor eased. By classical antiquity, urban life created even more distinct opportunities for killing time. In ancient Greece, the gymnasium and public spaces became centers of social and physical engagement. Athletics, running, wrestling, discus throwing combined exercise with competition and spectacle. Citizens gathered in the agora not only for commerce, but for conversation, debate, and philosophical discussion. Theater emerged as a powerful form of collective entertainment, with tragedies and comedies exploring the full range of human experience. Evenings and festival days featured music, poetry recitals, and symposia. Drinking parties where conversation flowed alongside music and games. The Romans took public entertainment to new heights. Public baths served as vast social hubs where citizens of various classes could exercise, bathe, converse, play games, and relax for hours. Theaters and amphitheaters hosted plays, gladiatorial contests, and chariot races that drew massive crowds. Board games and dice games were common in homes and taverns. Parks and gardens offered spaces for strolling and socializing. These institutions reflected a society that had formalized the filling of leisure hours, creating shared experiences that reinforced cultural values while providing genuine enjoyment and distraction. Throughout these eras, humanity's growing understanding of seasonal and daily cycles helped shape when and how people engaged in leisure. Awareness of longer rhythms allowed for planning festivals and coordinating communal activities. But the core remained the same, using available time for connection, creativity, and play. The influence on humanity was profound. These ancient ways of filling time strengthened social bonds, transmitted knowledge, sparked innovation, and enriched emotional life. The capacity to create meaning during moments not consumed by survival became one of our species' defining traits. From Paleolithic firesides to Roman forums, humans consistently turned to storytelling, music, art, games, and celebration. Today, when you find yourself reaching for your phone during a quiet moment or choosing how to spend an open evening, you are participating in one of humanity's oldest practices. The firelit stories, the Senate boards, the Greek athletic fields, and the Roman baths all echo in our modern rituals of entertainment and connection. We have more ways to kill time than our ancestors could have imagined, yet the fundamental need remains to fill the hours with something that matters. The next time you pause between tasks or let an evening unfold, remember you stand in a long line of ancestors who faced the same quiet spaces in their days. They chose stories, songs, games, art, and shared laughter. In understanding their choices, we see that killing time has never really been about making hours disappear. It has always been about learning to live inside them, transforming empty moments into the stuff of culture, memory, and meaning. And perhaps with that perspective, we can learn to fill our own time a little more wisely.